guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Roxanne. If it's your first time here, then welcome. Today I want to talk to you guys about some books that I have acquired recently. So there was a appreciation event at the New York Public Library for their volunteers, and as a sort of giveaway they had piles on each of the tables of some books that you could take home. And so I grabbed a few that seemed interesting and that not a lot of other people seemed interested in. And the first is the card catalog, Books, Cards, and Literary Treasures, the Library of Congress, forward by Carla Hayden. So this is a compilation of some interesting card catalogs and book cards and things like that that the Library of Congress has. So as you guys may or may not know, I'm studying to become a librarian, and I thought that this would be a good addition to my sort of books about libraries, books about histories of books and libraries and things like that. And I just thought it'd be really interesting. It has some history in it and also some images. So I think it'll be really interesting and cool to learn more about the card catalog. I also got The Falconer by Dana Zapnick, and this is a literary fiction sort of coming of age story about a 17-year-old in 1990s New York. I had seen this in the bookstore, but I never really paid much attention to it, but it was there and it was free, so I figured why not. Then I got a nonfiction called Gross Anatomy, Dispatches from the Front and Back by Mara Altman, and these are just different essays about the female body in all its glory. So that seems really interesting. So I got this one a long time ago, but I don't think I kept forgetting to show it in a book haul. If I've already shown it and I just missed it when I was going back to my old book hauls, then here it is again. And it's called Shout by Lori Hulse Anderson. She's the author of Speak, the young adult novel that discusses rape and the aftermath of that. And so this is a nonfiction memoir / poetry collection that she has written, and it came out I think earlier this year, and I'm very, very excited about it because I think Speak was incredibly powerful, and I can't wait to sort of read the author's own story. Then is one, I got two here that are more for Lewis, but because we share a bookshelf, I thought I might as well share them with you guys as well. There was I think a guest speaker at the school that he's in, and it was the author Dr. Raina Oddish, and she wrote In Shock, My Journey from Death to Recovery and the Redemptive Power of Hope. And it's a nonfiction memoir. It's a memoir about how she was near death and her treatment and how that changed her outlook on medicine and her own practice. So that should be interesting to read. That's interesting to me as well as him as a medical student. And then ones that I got for Lewis. Lewis loves Sir David Attenborough and watches everything he's ever narrated, ever worked on. And sometimes I like to look through the shelves and see if there are any books that I think might interest him at my bookstore. And so I got him Adventures of a Young Naturalist by Sir David Attenborough. I think he might have written this before. He was knighted. It's the Zoo Quest Expeditions, and so these are a little memoir. It's a memoir about a certain part of his life, I think when he was much younger, and the work that he did back in 1954. So there's this one. Then I got In at the Deep End by Kate Davies. The cover really called out to me, but I also saw it on Instagram, and it is supposed to be this really, really funny story about this woman who hasn't had sex in a few years and decides to sort of dive back into the dating world, and it's supposed to be brutally honest and just an exploration of herself. And I just heard really good things about it, so I'm excited about that one. And then there are 4 arcs that I got recently. This one I got at the store, and it's The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. It is the 2nd book in the Poppy War series. I recently talked about the Poppy War and my thoughts on it in a recent wrap-up. Then I got, this is, I think, I don't know too much about this one, but multiple copies came into the store and I just grabbed one. I think this is a historical like psychological thriller set in London called The Doll Factory by Elizabeth McNeil. I don't read a lot of sort of thrillers, but a lot of my coworkers do, and so I figure I might as well give it a try. And then I requested and got sent Cantoras by Carolina de Robertis. This is another historical fiction set in, I don't remember if it's set in Uruguay. Yeah, and it is another queer novel written by Carolina de Robertis. I read 2 of hers last year and absolutely loved them. She has such an unbelievable voice. It's very dreamlike and evocative and atmospheric, and it's really gripping, and it can get really dark, and I love it. So I'm very excited. I was very excited when I started seeing in all my Latinx Instagram friends post that they had seen or gotten arcs about it, and that's how I found out that it was being published. And I reached out to the publisher, and they were kind enough to send that to me, so thank you, Alfred Nope, for that. Then I won in a giveaway, which I'm super excited because I like never win giveaways ever, from Del Rey Books, which is part of Random House. It is Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This is another Latinx author, and she wrote Signal to Noise, which Signal to Noise, which I haven't read but do own and want to get to soon. And that I haven't seen a negative review of that one online. This is her new fantasy novel that comes out in August, and it is a like, I think it's like Mayan inspired but set in the Jazz Age. Yes, yeah, I will take it. Those are some books and bookish things that I have acquired recently. Let me know if you've read any of these or what you thought. Let me know if you're excited about some of these arcs for new releases coming out soon. As always, thank you for watching and for listening. I love you guys very much.